The Bible, a collection of sacred texts, revered by billions, and a cornerstone of human history and spirituality. But how much of it is historically accurate? Do the stories of the Bible align with the archaeological and historical record? Join us on a journey as we explore the fascinating intersection of faith and history. The Bible as a historical source. To understand the Bible's historical accuracy, it's important to recognize its dual nature. It's both a religious text and a historical document. Many events described in the Bible, especially in the Old Testament, are intertwined with the histories of ancient civilizations like Egypt, Assyria, and Babylon. While the Bible provides a narrative steeped in spiritual meaning, historians and archaeologists have long debated whether its accounts are grounded in actual events. Let's begin by examining a few key stories. The Exodus, myth or reality? The story of the Exodus, Moses leading the Israelites out of slavery in Egypt, is one of the most iconic tales in the Bible. But is there any historical evidence to support it? Despite decades of research, direct evidence for the Exodus remains elusive. Some scholars argue that the lack of archaeological findings in the Sinai desert contradicts the biblical account of 40 years of wandering. However, others point to circumstantial evidence, such as ancient Egyptian texts referencing a group called the Aparu, which some believe could be linked to the Hebrews. Additionally, the Bible's description of cities like Pi-Ramses aligns with the historical period of Pharaoh Ramses II, suggesting a potential historical kernel to the story. The fall of Jericho. Another famous biblical event is the fall of Jericho, where the Israelites are said to have brought down the city walls with a blast of trumpets. Archaeologists have extensively studied Jericho, and the findings are intriguing. Excavations in the 20th century revealed evidence of a city with walls that had collapsed. However, dating the destruction has been contentious. Some archaeologists, like Kathleen Kenyon, argue that Jericho was abandoned before the biblical conquest. Others suggest the destruction aligns with the Late Bronze Age, closer to the biblical timeline. Whether or not the walls fell as described, the archaeological record shows that Jericho's history is complex, leaving room for debate. King David and the United Monarchy. The Bible portrays King David as a mighty warrior and the founder of a unified Israelite kingdom. But for years, skeptics doubted his existence due to a lack of evidence outside the Bible. That changed in 1993. The Tel Dan Stele, discovered in northern Israel, contains the first extra-biblical reference to David, calling him the founder of a dynasty. While this doesn't confirm the details of his reign, it's a significant piece of the puzzle. In addition, archaeological discoveries like the large stone structure in Jerusalem, believed by some to be David's palace, offer tantalizing clues about this era. The Babylonian Exile. One of the most well-documented biblical events is the Babylonian Exile. In 586 BCE, the Babylonian king Nebuchadnezzar II captured Jerusalem, destroyed the temple, and deported many Israelites to Babylon. Unlike other events we've discussed, this period is well supported by historical records. Babylonian chronicles and artifacts, like the Lachish letters, corroborate the Bible's account of the conquest and exile. These records provide a rare instance where history and the Bible align closely. The New Testament and historical context. Turning to the New Testament, we find a blend of history and theology. Events like the birth of Jesus during the reign of Herod the Great and the census under Quirinius have sparked debates. While some details remain contentious, historical figures like Pontius Pilate and Herod are well documented in Roman records. Archaeological discoveries, such as the Pilate stone, confirm their existence and roles in the biblical narrative. The crucifixion of Jesus, mentioned in all four Gospels, is also supported by historical sources like the Roman historian Tacitus, who referred to Christ's execution under Pontius Pilate. Faith and history. So, what can we conclude? While not every story in the Bible is corroborated by archaeological evidence, many elements of its narrative are rooted in historical events. The Bible's blend of history, theology, and cultural memory makes it a unique document that continues to inspire and challenge us. Whether you approach the Bible as a believer, a historian, or a curious observer, its stories offer a window into the ancient world and the enduring human quest for meaning. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of the historical accuracy of biblical events. If you enjoyed this journey, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Let us know in the comments what biblical stories you'd like us to explore next. Until then, keep seeking, questioning, and discovering.